Sitting here, got my fat bitch on. I'm going to have a follow-up on this story. Because I got some interesting comments. The Nottoway plantation burned to the ground. It was the largest antebellum plantation house left in the United States. It was built in the 1850s with slave labor. The slaves hand-formed and fired each brick. They cured the wood, they hewn the wood, and they built the house. It was all done with slave labor. And it was gigantic. During the Civil War, the plantation owner did take his slaves, 200 of them, to Texas to try and hide them, with the hopes that if they found just his wife and children in the house, that they would spare the house, and that actually did happen. After the war, about 53 slaves came back as paid workers, so they worked for pennies on the same miserable sugar plantation. Now, yesterday I said it was a cotton plantation. My bad. I actually had 3 or 4 sources that called it a cotton plantation. Those of you that clutched your pearls and were screaming that it was sugar, not cotton, the point completely missed you. It's on the wall behind your head. Because no matter if they planted sugar or cotton or soybeans or Keebler elves, they were planted, tended, and harvested by slave labor. That is the point. Now, a lot of other people were really upset because me, along with quite a number of people, really didn't give a shit that the thing burned down. There's no evidence that I've heard that it was arson. There was a small fire that the fire department came and responded to, and then they left, and because of high winds, it reignited and burnt the whole place down. I think that's the ancestors and karma getting you back to make things square with the house. Now, we also had people upset saying, well, it's part of history and it's burned down. No one can learn from it. So we can only learn from things that are still in existence, so we can't learn about Neolithic people. We can't learn about 9/11 because the Twin Towers collapsed, they're gone. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, and this book, Henry Howard was the architect of Nottoway Plantation. So it's well documented. Yeah. Was it currently used as a museum or teaching or educational tool about the horrors of slavery? No. It was used as a wedding venue, so rich Southern women could live out their Scarlett O'Hara fantasies at Nottoway Plantation. That's kind of sick and bizarre, actually. It wasn't used for the benefit of the people of White Castle, Louisiana. And I actually went on their website, saw what their mayor said, and he said, we're trying to revive White Castle. It's a wonderful little historic town. We need housing. Well, look what the ancestors provided. A whole lot of land. This wasn't a huge benefit to the town. It was a huge benefit to the rich owner who lives 3 hours away. He's a lawyer. It wasn't a benefit to the descendants of the slaves that toiled and died there. What they ought to do is bulldoze the remnants of that plantation house and put up affordable housing and give it to the descendants of the people that were held there in bondage, that toiled and died there. That's what they ought to do. And if you want a memorial there, it should be the slave quarters.